Hiya guys, and welcome to another cab to cab route learning video. And in today's video we'll be driving 802 105 for around 18 miles all the way to Exeter St Davids. Today we'll be using the diversionary route for high speed services to and from London Paddington and the West Country via the West of England line, which is useful when the main line is blocked at Cogload Junction near Taunton. Note that this video will be updated in the future to reflect the whole diversionary route as and when the missing scenery between Castle Cary and here has been completed. On today's service we'll be calling at Exeter Central and Exeter St Davids only, and just for reference, not many diverted services call at some of the stations on the diversionary route. This is owing to traction restrictions and operational restrictions. Departing Honiton now, our starting speed limit is 60 miles an hour out of the platform. Bear in mind that this only applies for platform number 1 only. Sierra Echo 480 is our starting signal, and this of course protects the single line all the way to Pinhoe, and as a result can only display 2 aspects. The 2 lines at Honiton now converge and form the up and down Exeter Main, with the line speed now increasing to 85 miles an hour for around 4 miles. Bear in mind that we are now on a falling gradient of 1 in 80. This decreases down to 1 in 100 up into our distance signal Sierra Echo 4821. Gradient now rising to 1 in 100 up into our next 80 mile an hour Morpeth. We're now around half a mile away from Feniton station. This is where the line speed decreases to 80 miles an hour at Sierra Echo 4823 signal. Gradient now increasing to 1 in 165 for around a mile, up until we reach the summit of this section towards Pinhoe. Now reaching the summit of the line, we now head down the other side, descending between 1 in 100 and 1 in 145, with a gradient levelling out at Cranbrook station. Line speed now back at 85 miles an hour. This will continue for around 4 miles, where we decrease yet again to 80 miles an hour at Cranbrook level crossing. Our line now changing from being the Exeter up and down main to the Waterloo up and down main, as we change from the West of England workstation at Basingstoke to Exmouth Junction signal box. Now approaching Cranbrook level crossing, where line speed drops to 80 miles an hour, with about 0.7 of a mile until we reach Cranbrook station. Passing Cranbrook now, with around 2.5 miles to go until Pinhoe. This is where the line opens back up to double track. Just heading through Pinhoe now, where we'll see a couple of morpuffs. One for our PSR of 70 miles an hour at our next signal, which is Echo Juliet 5, and then a early warning morpuff with an associated magnet for the 30 mile an hour PSR just outside Exeter Central. Now just creeping up to Echo Juliet 5, which protects Exmouth Junction. Our line speed will decrease to 75 mile an hour upon passing this signal. Now just passing Exmouth Junction now. The line to the left forms the branch to Exmouth. We're also reminded again of the 30 mile an hour PSR near Echo 310 just outside Exeter Central. Our gradient now falling at 1 in 100 all the way to Exeter Central. On approach to Exeter Central now, where the line speed now decreases to 30 miles an hour with a 25 mile an hour morpuff and subsequent 15 mile an hour morpuff at Echo 312. On departure from Exeter Central now, we can see our gradient visually descending at 1 in 37. Just down the bottom there, our line speed will drop at 25 miles an hour upon entering St Davids Tunnel. We can now see Echo 335 signal in the distance there. This is where line speed will drop to 15 miles an hour on the approach to Exeter St Davids.